this evening's meeting to order. This is the regular city council meeting for Tuesday, May 6th, 2025. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bennett.
Here.
Councilman Carter.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Here.
Mayor Gillis.
Here.
Councilwoman Harris.
Here.
Councilwoman Meldrum. Here. Councilman Scarlett.
Here.
Okay.
And then a moment of silent prayer. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda with the removal of item 11G? Because the car show has been canceled, postponed.
So moved. Why?
Yeah, we don't want.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have one presentation this evening. We have an asset award for the Algonac High School wrestling team and our state champion, Reed Hilton, presented by Mayor Pro Tem Davey. Mayor Pro Tem Davey?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful, I gotta get on with the report.
Be nice when Donnie's not there.
You know, I'm telling you, the man came in here just ready to bust my chops already. Okay. We are giving Mr. Hilton a Algonac Asset Awards. Algonac City Council takes great pleasure in acknowledging the tremendous achievements of our youth. We are proud to celebrate Reed for winning the MHSAA Individual State Title Division III Championship to become the 2025 state champion. The senior heavyweight dominated his bracket, finishing the year with an impressive 51-1 record. We congratulate your success and commend your immense dedication that led to another outstanding season. We're so proud of your endeavors and for representing the city of Algonac and Algonac Community Schools like a true champion. Congratulations on a job well done. I gotta read all this too. Algonac City Council takes great pleasure in acknowledging the tremendous achievements of our youth. We are proud to celebrate Reed for winning the MHSAA Individual State Title Division III Championship to become the 2025 state champion. The senior heavyweight dominated his bracket, finishing the year with an impressive 51-1 record. We congratulate your success and commend your immense dedication that led to another outstanding season. And this award, Algonac Asset Award, is presented to you, decided by the mayor, Rocky Gillis. And all I can say is, awesome job. Put into this, and it was awesome. Wonderful season. And this is for you, and you guys gotta come up here. And then, see, and you choose your, because, you know, mugshot.
Come on up.
And then we gotta get everybody back here. Everybody.
Scoot on over to the middle.
Scoot on over. Can I hide over there? Well, see, people take pictures of me, then somebody's gonna recognize me, and I'm gonna have to hide again, and you know, we don't want that to happen.
Okay, everybody cheese.
Cheese.
All right, thank you.
This is yours. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great job.
Great. Okay then. This is for the whole wrestling.
Here, stand up here, because he's one of the captains. so
Okay.
We're gonna switch
Oh,
spots here.
well,
Yeah.
we got other?
No, can I say a few words after you're done?
You certainly can. Okay. I'm not gonna read both of these,
Yeah.
because it's same thing. You guys do this to mess with me. Come on, over here. There's no more people from the wrestling team?
I'm head coach and I brought my captain.
All right,
To
then.
represent the whole squad.
Okay, so this is for the Algonac High School Wrestling Team. This is an Algonac Asset Award. City of Algonac presents this award to the Algonac High School Wrestling Team. Algonac City Council takes great pleasure in acknowledging the tremendous achievements of our youth. We are proud to celebrate the many outstanding accomplishments of the Algonac High School Wrestling Team, earned by all of your hard work and determination year after year. Your achievements bring pride to the city of Algonac and Algonac High School. We commend you for your remarkable dedication and representation, and we thank the coaches for their continued leadership and dedication to the betterment of the team. Go Muskeras! By Mayor, and this is presented to you and yours,
Thank you.
all you.
Right on. Can I,
Oh.
I wrote a couple things down.
Yes, oh, please.
As Mr. Scarbeck will tell you, once I get going, sometimes I get going in crazy directions,
She's
so.
not just me. Not just
Yeah.
me.
Alright, so Reed, I want you to kind of stay up here too, because, again, thanks for having us tonight and these awards, awesome. Sorry I couldn't get the whole crew here tonight. We have a gigantic, K through 12 wrestling programs. A lot of them are doing spring sports or other things, and even Reed, he's a busy guy, but I said, I insisted I get him here tonight. And he also kind of symbolizes a lot of what we've done, and then what we want our kids to strive for. So Reed himself has been actually wrestling for Algonac for over half his life. He's on year 10, I believe, is an Algonac wrestler, started in 3rd grade. Where we are now is a youth club, so this is our youth club only. We have 120 kids from K through about 6th grade. We actually had to make 3 different levels just because of ability, size. We have the kindergarten through 1st grade level. We have like a 2nd through 6th grade beginners, and then we have our advanced kids. So we have 120 kids, not all from Algonac, most are from Algonac, but we have kids coming from Anchor Bay, Marine City, Marysville, just because of some of the great things that kids like Reed have accomplished on the wrestling mat. Besides just getting all that participation, we have competition side of our youth club. 34 kids qualified for the youth state tournament. We had 3 state champs, 18 state placers. We finished 14th out of 314 clubs in the state of Michigan. Some of those clubs are all-star based, so they're not affiliated with schools. You gotta pay like $200 a month type of thing. We charge $100 for the whole year. So if you adjust that for like school-only clubs, we're about 6th or 7th in the state of Michigan. So again, these guys and gals that have come through our youth club, they have just crazy amounts of success in high school. They've been at it for a long time. Our middle school team, they don't keep score, but if they did, we'd be at the top just like the other levels. At 6th through 8th grade, we have one of the best middle school coaches in the state of Michigan, Coach Thomas. He teaches at the high school. He's a college All-American. He just started the golf team at high school. He could be coaching college, and he's coaching our middle school team, so we're blessed to have him. The high school team this year, we were number 2 or 3 all year. We ended up losing the postseason to the state runners up by 1, beat them in the regular season. They got the better of us that night. They ended up taking 2nd in the state. Over Reed's last 4 years, we were 135-12. Within the conference, 26-0. They lost 2 duels due to COVID their freshman year. Otherwise, they were undefeated in league play. 3-time league champs, would have been 4-time, but the COVID technicality hurt us their freshman year. 4-time district champs. He wrestled in the state semis with our team 2 years ago. This year, we also won the Macomb County tournament. That's a 2-day invitational. There's about 40 schools. Every school in Macomb County, Dakota, Romeo, all the big powerhouses. Most time won by Dakota. This year, Algonac won it for the first time in school history, and we're actually the smallest school ever in the history of that tournament to win that. So we have a big traveling trophy. They say we got to give it back next year, but they got to take it from us first, right? We'll see.
They gotta find you first.
12 of us made it to Ford Field, including 11 boys, which is a school record. 7 of them were all staters. Reed was not the only state finalist. We had 3 other ones in the state finals. And just the amount of stats I could spew at you guys. You guys are probably familiar with the Rank brothers and the Beelan brothers and just these phenomenal wrestlers that have came through Algonac. And we have all their stats and all their glory up there on the walls. But the record board was kind of rewritten the last couple of years by, especially by the senior class. So, amazing stuff on the map. I also wanted to point out that they had a 3.84 GPA. Our top 14 GPAs, so we were third in the state in terms of that GPA. 8 of them were academic all-state individuals, including Reed. He's getting his scholarship for much more than just his wrestling ability. He's been an over 4.0 student his whole life. So really amazing things. And since I got this guy standing here one more time, Don, you did a great job, really emphasizing how dominant his season was. But 190 career high school wins, which is third all-time in Algonac recently. Those were with a couple injuries, 190 and 22, 3-time All-State, 10th grade, did that on one leg, had a torn meniscus. Junior year took third, and this year was actually the most dominant season ever by a Muskrat, including all those other names I rattled off. He only had one match that was close, 8-3. And again, that was right after he kind of got hurt, so he wasn't even at full strength. He had one match that was close. Every other match was bonus points. The only match where the other guy got his hand raised was when Reed hurt his ankle pretty bad and was not able to finish the match. So it's like 55-1 with like an asterisk by it. The guy didn't beat him. Like Reed's ankle almost popped out of the socket. So very, very dominant season. And again, he worked for it. He set very high goals, and he tried working for him every day. And what better example of a small town kid making it big, Reed Hilton in the most dominant state champ in Algonac school history. So one more round of applause. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us. We'll bring back more.
Thank you.
That's the goal. Blazing the trail.
I know my neighbor Bella.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for having us.
My neighbor Bella, I'm scared of her.
Oh, yeah.
She
Bella's gonna be our next girl.
Oh, I know.
All right, and I have 4, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna go take care of the kids. And,
Thank you.
yeah, thanks for having us.
Alrighty.
Congratulations. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
Amazing things happen in our schools, in our community.
Just about
Can I say something? So when Ranger came to Algonac, that wrestling program was at the bare bottom. And I don't know if it's 12 or 15 years, but he's been in Algonac for a minute now. He's not just a phenomenal teacher, he's a phenomenal coach, and he built a phenomenal program. Literally brick by brick. And now you go in there and all these kids, no one wanted to wrestle for Algonac. There was no wrestling program when he came here, and now he's got one of the best. That's cool to see.
That's awesome.
My neighbor Bella, and she's Nikolai's age, and he's her coach in wrestling. And I've seen that girl wrestle, and I don't bust that little girl's chops anymore. I'm really, really nice to that little girl, because that scares me.
My daughter was on the wrestling team 25 years ago. But were either you guys, because, you went to school here, were either you guys on the wrestling team?
No.
I got a picture in my head of that.
We're too pretty for that, right? All right. Well, that was fun. Now we're moving on to public comment. You have 5 minutes to speak before the council. Anybody would like to speak, please state your name.
Good evening, Sandra Simmons. I'd like to refer to the Voice newspaper back when Terry Stoneburner was our mayor. Emily Pauling reported, "We don't have to go to the people to ask for a special assessment. We don't have to borrow the money. The money is there." And then that, of course, in regards to the new fire truck. The fire truck, I do believe, was 29 years old. It was justified and warranted. Our fire department needs the best equipment for our community and communities that are adjoining us. And the reason why we did need a special assessment at that time is because the city of Algonac was awarded 2 grants of $200,000 each. Now, I do believe that they didn't come in at the same time, but thank you for getting those grants to pay for the bulk of that fire truck. What transpired next was the election year of 2022. Terry Stoneburner did not receive enough nominations to stay in office as our mayor. Mr. Gillis was re-elected, congratulations, and became our new mayor. As I have stated before in this room, July 5th of 2023, the day after the most celebrated summer holiday, you had a regular city council meeting. I'd like to refer to House Bill number 4428, the people of the state of Michigan enact, which took place in 1991. This describes, by the state of Michigan, all forms of what a public notice is. Television, radio, posting, newspaper, and so forth. Mr. Downey came forward, finally, and made some comments here in this room. He stated that there was a hearing notice for July 5th of 2023, posted at city offices. I FOIA requested it, and what I received in the mail is your regular agenda. This is not a hearing notice. Under the Open Meeting Act, as I stated before, it is a notice under the Open Meeting Act of 267 of 1976. He also stated purpose of spirit. Any attorney can argue purpose of spirit in the court of law. It is the letter of the law which counts. Anyone on their phone that has access to the internet can watch your meeting on July 5th of 2023. Our mayor, Rocky B. Gillis, never called to order a public hearing under Act 33 of 1951, Michigan Legislature, Police and Fire Protection, a special assessment for the fire department, period. You never called to order during the course of that meeting, from beginning, middle, and end of that meeting. So how can you state that there was a public notice of any variety when you never called a public hearing to order? So, the police deputy from the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department, I do believe, is here this evening. I tried to make a complaint against our mayor and city clerk in regards to that public record that was signed by you and the city clerk stating that you were in full compliance under the Open Meeting Act because that public notice took place. Because the day I walked into this room on September the 3rd of 2024 is the exact same date that the city of Algonac renewed its contract with the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department of almost $3 million. That is considered a conflict of interest. The St. Clair County Sheriff's Department cannot take a complaint by me against any public official in the city of Algonac or city clerk. It has to be outsourced, and so it shall be done. Good evening.
Thank you.
Moving on, city manager's report, Mrs. Gerstenberg.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis.
No, I just have to say, general respect, so anybody knows, when you speak before the council, if you want to hear what we have to say, you can stay. But as people that just want to come here and gaslight us, they just come in and they say what they have to say and they leave. So, good night, Mrs. Simmons. Sorry. Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. An update on our Algonac Activity Center. They started installation of the security access system, that's the cameras and the door latches. The sheriff was there conducting a room entry training for a new special response team on April 29th. Our staff emptied our storage unit that the city used to pay for at the former Antique Mall Plaza and moved all those items to the activity center. The piece-by-piece quilters moved the furniture and equipment that they obtained from Joann Fabrics to a vacant classroom on the north side for storage. So work continues at the activity center. The pool, They are working on both building the walls, the surge tank has been installed. We are hiring lifeguards at $13.50 per hour, and applicants should contact the city treasurer at cityofalgonac.org. And Saturday, May 17th is our citywide spring cleanup. Residents can recycle and dispose of many household items, including bulky waste, electronics, household hazardous waste, appliances, and scrap tires. It is a free event for all of our residents. It will be at the Algonac DPW, rain or shine, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's all I have, Mr. Gillis, thank you.
Quick question, sir.
Yes.
Have we had anybody apply yet for the lifeguard jobs?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
We have.
Good.
Also, you don't have to take swimming lessons.
No, I don't have to
So
take
you
swimming
can
lessons.
be a lifeguard.
He still has.
Don't you feel really good about that right now?
I do,
But
thank
have you made
goodness.
it over there to help them out yet? I just wanna ask.
Me and you could be lifeguards together.
Yeah, nah,
I'd just go
it's
for the,
way too much quality time, no, I don't.
I would go for the show.
That was a good one, Rocky, I like that. That was a good one, sure.
Does anybody else have any questions for Mrs. Gerstenberg?
No.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of the regular city council minutes from April 15th, 2025, and the budget study session minutes from April 15th, 2025. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have no unfinished business. Under new business, we have item 11A, to adopt amendment to chapter 50 zoning, article 15, general provisions, section 459, exterior lighting. This ordinance was prepared by the city attorney with the staff input after complaints were received regarding the lack of nighttime lighting in commercial and multifamily districts. The ordinance amendment was introduced to planning commission at their meeting of January 27th, 2025. The following revisions were made based on input received from the planning commission. Added illuminated from dusk until sunrise, added specific illumination levels, added types of lighting, including LED lights, specified affected zoning districts, all commercial and multifamily residential, clarified that existing buildings are not grandfathered. The planning commission supported the revised ordinance at their meeting March 31st, 2025. City council introduced this amendment at the meeting of April 15th, 2025. Could I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to adopt amendment to chapter 50 zoning, article 15, general provisions, section 459, exterior lighting ordinance.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Melvin,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to item 11B, to award North Avenue, Elm Street, and Chestnut Road rehabilitation. On August 6, 2024, the city council approved professional design engineering services for North Avenue, Elm Street, and Chestnut Street pavement rehabilitation in the amount of $31,178. The project is for North Avenue, M29 to Culver, with a 4-inch mill and overlay, and North Avenue, Culver to Elm Street, and Chestnut pavement removal with a 3-inch section of asphalt. Two bids were received, with the lowest being Peak Asphalt at $249,000. Award is recommended to the low bidder in the amount of $249,000. The total HRC engineering budget would be a not to exceed amount of $35,011.20. Total project cost not to exceed $308,911.20. $345,000 was budgeted in 24-25 local roads for this project. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to award North Avenue, Elm Street, and Chestnut Road rehabilitation project to Peak Asphalt Incorporated, whose address is 48181 Ryan Road in Shelby Township, in the amount of $249,000, plus a not to exceed maximum of $35,011.20 for construction engineering to HRC, whose address is P.O. Box 824 in Bloomfield Hills, for a total project cost not to exceed $308,911.20.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Are we doing any sewer or water main repairs when we do this street?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. No, not with this project.
And are we not touching the bridge? Is that because I noticed that it's to the bridge and then, so we're not touching the bridge?
That is correct. It was originally one big project, but there wasn't enough money to do that, so
Okay.
it's just a portion of the original project.
And while we're there, can we take the sign, no fishing on the bridge down? Because if we have kids fishing on the bridge, I think that's probably a problem we'd like to have.
Is
Okay.
that a regulation?
There's a sign that says no fishing off this bridge.
Yeah.
Who put that sign up?
I don't know. There's, but if we got kids fishing off bridges and not on their tablets, I'm pretty excited.
I'm with you, it's an unnecessary sign.
Hearing no any more discussion, can I have a roll call, please?
Well,
Don't, sorry.
I just, and that's one of the reasons why we really need to seriously consider what, our water department was saying, because if we had the money, that'd be a perfect time to be, even if it wasn't totally worn out, and I don't know if it is, but that would be a perfect time to look at replacing that pipe every time we
Yeah.
do a street. That way we don't get into that 1968 issue that everything was replaced all at once, and we said, we did that street, we replaced the pipe, but I understand, the funding part of it. So.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's not in one of the
So
priority
that's why we
districts
really
for the
need to-
SAW grant, yeah.
You know, take into account what they're asking us.
Anyone else? Seeing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 11C is to approve abatement of nuisance resolution 2025-05 for 371 North Avenue. The city attorney has requested that the city council declare this property a nuisance per city code section 34-18, so that enforcement can be initiated in the St. Clair County Circuit Court. The outdoor accumulation of storage and rubbish and miscellaneous personal property items continues to be unabated. The owner maintains a non-compliant temporary accessory structure in the front yard in violation of the anti-blight ordinance, the property maintenance code, and the zoning ordinance. There has been no contact from the property owner. This is not a rental home. We have a photo attached. The code officer inspects the property the day of the council meeting. The city manager can provide an update at the meeting. The property owner has 21 days to abate these violations before the city attorney files in circuit court. If the property owner fails to comply, a city contractor may complete the work on behalf of the property owner, and cost of the abatement will become a lien on the property. We have a resolution for council approval. I do want to change one wording that I said in there. It says a temporary is in the front yard. From my viewing, it's in the backyard. So I just want to change the wording. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-05 and declare 371 North Avenue a nuisance within the bounds of code section 34-18. And permit the city attorney to pursue abatement remedies in the St. Clair County Circuit Court.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 11D is to approve abatement of nuisance resolution 2025-06 for 621 Green Street. The city attorney has requested that the city council declare this property a nuisance per city code section 34-18, so that the enforcement can be initiated in St. Clair County Circuit Court. The property remains not compliant with city codes where outdoor accumulation and storage of rubbish and miscellaneous personal properties items continues unabated, and the owner failed to regularly maintain his lawn and ensuing wet weeds and vegetation in violation of the anti-blight ordinance and property maintenance code. There has been no contact from the property owner. This is not a rental home. We have a photo attached. The code officer inspects the property the day of the city council meeting. The city manager can provide an update at the meeting. The property owner has 21 days to abate these violations before the city attorney files in circuit court. If the property owner fails to comply, a city contractor may complete work on behalf of the property owner, and the cost of the abatement will become a lien on the property. We have a resolution for city council approval. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-06 and declare 621 Green Street a nuisance within bounds of Code Section 34-18 and permit the city attorney to pursue abatement remedies in the St. Clair County Circuit Court.
Second.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, if I can. In previous times when we've had abatement of nuisances, there's only one picture in here on these properties. She would give us before, like pictures from, this time and hasn't been changed and there's this time, and we only have one. Is it possible to make sure we get more than just one picture?
I would like to see that too.
We've had them before. This is the only one time that I've seen just one picture.
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mary Alice. The reason why I only have one picture is simply because nothing has changed.
Okay. Is it possible though to like get,
Sure,
okay,
we
we
can-
took a picture, 6 months ago, here's what it is, here's a picture now, and, just so we can see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Sure.
Anyone else? Could I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davies.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 11E is to approve a change order number 2 for the Algonac Activity Center in the amount of $3,245. The Algonac Activity Center general contractor, Selsky Construction, has submitted a change order for the media center. The ceiling tiles are gonna be installed in a later phase of the project, but now that the piece-to-piece quilter is intended to be a tenant, as soon as the center is available, the ceiling tiles need to be installed prior to occupancy. City Council approved the general contractor, Selsky Construction, at their meeting of August 6, 2024. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve change order number 2 to the Algonac Activity Center Media Center to Salsky Construction LLC in the amount of $3,245 and direct the city manager to sign the proposal on behalf of the city.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Just a question, when is the activity center, target to be open?
I believe July, is that correct, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mary Gillis. Yes, that's what we're shooting for.
July 1st?
Stop. Stop, stop, and stop.
Do we know?
The same day as the pool?
Oh, yeah. And the only tenant we have so far is the Peace Quilters, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes, Councilwoman Meldrum, that is the only tenant, that is the only tenant.
Oh.
There's only one room that
Oh.
is available for a tenant. There's some meeting rooms that'll be available, and then the gymnasium will be available.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davies.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 11F is to approve cleaning services for Algonac Activity Center in the amount of $48,161.26. The city of Algonac purchased the vacant Algonac Elementary School in December 2023. On March 5th, 2024, the city hosted a community meeting to discuss the future of the school. Many residents wanted to keep the existing gymnasium and create an activity center. As a result, the city started seeking funds that could help make this happen. The city council budgeted $50,000 in the 2024-25 fiscal year budget, received $200,000 in ARPA stimulus funds with the assistance of County Commissioner Dave Vandenbosch, and is expected to receive $500,000 from the state of Michigan and Senator Kevin Hertel and the Michigan Department of Education School Aid Package, House Bill number 5507, for a total budget of $750,000. We approved general contractor Selsky Construction at the meeting of August 6, 2024. The following quotes for cleaning service received, and staff recommends the awarding to MC Cleaning, Shines, and Restoration, who had the lowest quote of $48,161.26. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve cleaning services for the Algonac Activity Center with MC Shine Cleaning and Restoration, whose address is 3841 Pine Grove in Fort Gratiot, in the amount of $48,161.26, and direct the city manager to sign the proposal on behalf of the city.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
This is a one-time cleaning?
Yes, this is the deep
For
cleaning to get the walls and
The smell.
the smell.
All all the year.
All the years,
It's that big, it's, yeah.
yeah. No, that's a monthly cleaning bill.
I was gonna say, what?
No. Anybody else? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Maldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarbeck,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes,
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes,
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Now, moving on to accounts payable.
make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $739,473.83.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Scarbeck,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes,
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
yes,
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Maldrum.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Items for next agenda, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Actually, Mayor Gillis, I have one for the next agenda. If we could please have, a city manager evaluation put on the next agenda. So we haven't had one in a while, and I would like that. Thank you.
yeah, just,
I
yeah,
don't
'cause
know.
we haven't had one, and
Well,
I don't,
next meeting, we really can't have it because we have another water meeting at 5.
The water meeting, I thought was on the 20th. Is
That's-
that the same
that's the
date as
same
our
date.
meeting?
Yeah.
So
maybe
then
after we're
the-
done with the budget stuff, maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So.
I agree with you, but I would say after the budget, go ahead.
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
mean to
so you're
interrupt you.
saying the evening, the regular, meeting of May 20th, right? We're
Well-
just having just a,
Yeah,
We have to go into closed session at the end of our regular meeting.
okay.
So you're gonna have a 5 o'clocker,
At 6
and
o'clock.
then a 6 o'clocker, and then a meeting after that?
Okay, then we're gonna have to like have an intermission and stuff, cause
And
it's
you-
long.
Dinner.
schedule it for the one
I'd say
after that.
4 weeks so that we all can get ourselves together on,
Well, the 7 of us come up with the criteria, and we probably.
for our evals.
And Denise is allowed to submit something on and add to it, but we're the ones that come up
Yeah,
with
it's just,
the actual, what is on the evaluation.
not a big deal.
No.
No.
No, so 4 weeks, you think?
I would
What is
definitely,
that? What meeting, what date is it then? Sorry.
Yes.
we have,
June 3rd, June 17th,
June 3rd?
June 17th.
June 3rd is the day you approve the budget.
Then June
That's
June
17th, yeah.
17th. Okay, thank you.
Now, do we have a evaluation on file now? I mean, it sounds like you've had evaluations.
We have one.
And do we have that on file?
I don't know if it's on file anywhere now.
Well, the last time we did an evaluation, I provided everyone with like a list of items that you usually use to evaluate someone,
Right.
a city manager. And then we went into a closed session and we just discussed what was on that list.
So no action was taken on anything on the list, like it's like something that I can review, you know, what was.
Oh,
No,
what the
yeah, it's just-
evaluation
I
was
mean,
then and what we're
yeah.
looking at now.
Yeah, but there was nothing like, nobody collected your evaluations or there wasn't anything like that.
Yeah,
It
this
was
is
just
just,
a verbal
you know, we gotta,
discussion.
yeah,
So no
do it every once in a
goals, no,
while.
like, you know how, I mean, we have these goals, but like at doing the evaluation, there might be some items that will say, you know, like to see something like
Yes,
this.
you can do that. You
No,
can
I know, but I'm
change
just saying,
things.
that wasn't done at the last evaluation, right?
It was,
It was.
it was, but we didn't write things down and prepare a report
Okay.
or
and
anything
some of
like
this was
that.
in closed session, so.
It was all, yeah, it was
It was
all
all
in closed
closed,
session.
Okay.
all right, so we're looking at June 17th then?
June 17th,
Yes,
yes.
So that won't be on the next agenda, but we'll
Throw it in there
Throw it in
somewhere.
there? Yep, okay.
After brains are cleared from the budget.
Anything else, or you didn't get to your items for next agenda, did you?
I did not. For the next agenda, we have the Rocket Enterprise flag contract. There will be the fire SAD public hearing on May 20th, as well as the budget public hearing on May 20th. And then prior to the meeting at 5 o'clock, there'll be another work session for the water and sewer.
Okay.
Oh, and we also have an emergency water line repair.
Anything else?
Alrighty, then.
Council comments, Councilman Bembas?
Hi, everybody. I think Josh, gave a very interesting and in-depth presentation. Don't like everything he had to say, but reality, isn't always what we want it to be. I would ask the city, cause I know he's saying 8-inch pipes. Well, when we fix these pipes or replace them, hopefully they'll be good for another 50 years, so might even be something where we consider even a bigger size, cause I know we have pipes that are 4 inches in certain areas. So as we do this, we are actually making plans for the future. We are planning for how Algonac's going to be, so that when Everett is an adult, he doesn't have to worry about this like we are. So we have to keep in mind that it's a steep price to pay, but it's an investment. It's an investment not just for us, but for future generations that come move to Algonac. I detest taxes. I am a libertarian at heart. Sometimes you have to pay the piper to get things the way they need to be. With that, the food drive is coming up May 10th. Now, Algonac Post Office has worked with the community, collect food for the last 30 some odd years. Algonac, Clay, Harrison Island, all their food goes to the Methodist Church. And Miriam, she's in her mid-90s, has been running this since its inception 40, 50 years ago, does an excellent job. We raised 5,000 pounds of food. That is double what they do in Marine City. That is more than what they do in St. Clair. And St. Clair has a couple people with a couple more dollars than us. We get almost as much as in Baltimore, which is way bigger than us. So once again, I am politely going to nag the living daylights out of everybody in this community to consider leaving your cans out there for your carriers to pick up. Now, you don't have to wait for the 10th. You can drop them off at the post office. You can take them straight to the Methodist Church, the Lutheran Church. Heck, you can leave them on my front porch. And Denise doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna say, stop by and say, hi Denise, here's a couple cans of food to give to Mike. All seriousness, most of us are very blessed not to worry about food, but many people aren't. And I've worked at food bank, and there are people who have fallen through the cracks or who have just run into hard times. Some of them are long-term, some are, oh my goodness, I just got laid off because my company went out of business, and I've never been in this situation, I just need help for a month or two. That's the kind of people we try to help. I love the fact that all the food stays there, but this 5,000 pounds of food lasts 2.5 months. Okay, think about that, 5,000 pounds lasts only 2.5 months. They also take money donations. I know Miriam will get with all kinds of groups donating food and money and checks, and especially now since our blessing boxes are done and gone, it's even more important that we consider supporting the food drive and the Methodist Church and their endeavors. So please keep that in mind. Look through your cupboards, put the food out May 10th, and we're gonna make a big dent in it this year on feeding the people who need to be fed. Thank you.
Councilman Carter?
Congratulations to the wrestling team. What an amazing show of hard work and effort. A lot of great things still going on. I drive by the pool just about every day and see them working hard. And it's exciting about the activity center. I saw the schedule for concerts in the park coming up. Summer's here, getting here close, so watch out for the kids. They're starting to be all over the place again. and let's have a great summer.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey?
Believe it or not, I don't have much. Awesome, kudos to the wrestling team. They're, especially when Coach was talking about, what they've been able to accomplish, it's, and a lot of that, you know, kudos to the coach, it's awesome. Those numbers hurt that we got this evening, but decades of neglect left us in our laps, and we can't kick that can down the road anymore, and unfortunately, yeah, that hurts, to even sit here and say, it hurts. We'll have another meeting, and we'll discuss it, and with the hand of God helping us, we are gonna get this figured out. There is not one person sitting here that wants to do this, that thinks that this is not a big deal, we're just gonna do it. We don't have a choice, we've got to do something. So, that's all I got.
Councilwoman Harris?
I just wanna thank everybody for coming and congratulate the wrestling team. Thank you.
Councilwoman Melton?
Same thing. I'd like to, thank everyone for coming and congratulations to the wrestling team. And I also want to say to, Mayor Pro Tem Davey, I understand where the same feeling where we have to make a decision. Unfortunately, the neglect in our infrastructure, since 2011, and I know we're gonna hopefully have a plan, either, 10, 20, maybe 50, but, it's just really unfortunate that we have to make this decision. But it has to be made,
Fully agree.
Councilman Scarvick?
I just wanna thank you guys for coming tonight, and I'm gonna actually pass.
Alright. This Thursday, Algonac Clay Fund is doing Cinco de Mayo at the Algonac VFW. I believe there's still tickets available. We're giving away over $35,000 in grants and scholarships that night, so it's a fun night in the community. In fact, Mr. Reed Hilton is getting a scholarship.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
City cleanup is one of my favorite days. Are you guys ready for my annual mosquito?
Yeah, I was kinda waiting.
Every mosquito, every tire that we get out of our community is 100,000 mosquitoes per year.
Mr. Gillis, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do we pay to have that scrap off the way,
The tires?
or anything else? People drop off metal and stuff,
The metal we recycle,
do we give money for it?
yes. Yeah, the metal we recycle, the tires we have to, the tires, there's usually a grant out there for, am I right, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Yes.
There's a grant for us to remove the tires, and then our garbage contract gives us extra dumpsters, correct?
Yes.
So our garbage,
Just curious.
so it's kind of, I enjoy it, I like helping people unload their vehicles and.
So the money that is raised from that, we could get him like, a little blow up, inflatable, rubber ducky for the pool. Can we do that? I'll see.
So,
I'm sorry.
Councilman Carter and I attended National Day of Prayer at the Trinity Methodist Church on last Thursday that was put on by the Faith Coalition. It was a nice event where we prayed for the communities, we prayed for our first responders, we prayed for the schools. It was a really nice event. I got a call on Thursday that the Algonac Lions voted to give us $15,000 to pay for our pool furniture tables at the pool.
Nice.
So that, we thank them for that gift, that's very nice. And, let's see. I don't think I have anything else. We still have, you still have an hour and 10 minutes to vote if anybody hasn't voted yet. So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
We'll make, okay, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever,
No, I
it's
like
been a
that.
day.
Wait for Wednesday.
It's been a day.
We're
Oh,
good.
I'm sorry.
I like
It's-
that. No, quick,
It's
quick,
been a
do it.
day.